let's factor by split b. So these are examples like this, 2x squared plus 9x plus 4. We don't have a greatest common factor, and we don't have 4 terms, so we can't factor by grouping. So what we're going to do is we're going to split that b term, that middle term, to give us 4 terms, and then we can factor by grouping. So factor by split b when you have 3 terms. So we're going to label R, A, B, and C. Let's do that with this example. That's not what I'm going to do. Remember, A, B, C. And then, what are we going to do? We are going to multiply our A times our C. So what is A times C? 2 times 9. A and C. Sorry, 2 times 4. Oh my goodness. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. And then we're going to find 2 factors of A times C that adds or subtracts to equal B. So I created this little table here, and you should on your paper when you're solving these problems as well. We're going to write A times C and what B is. So I wrote A times C is 8 and B is 9. So now we're going to list all the factors of 8, and then we're going to see which ones add to 9. So I have this little sidebar here to help us when we get to our negative numbers. But this first one, A times C, is positive. This is our example we have here. So it's positive, so that means, and B is positive. So that means that both of our factors are going to be positive. That's not going to be true when either A times C or B is negative. So factors of 8, 1 and 8. Add those together, 1 plus 8, that's 9. We can check the other factor of 8, 2, and 4. It's going to add together to get 6. That's not our 9. So we found it first off. These are the factors that equal B. Okay. Now we're going to rewrite by splitting the B term using these factors. So we're going to say 2x squared. We're only splitting up this term. We're going to say plus 8x plus 1x. I used these numbers plus 4. Oh my goodness. Plus 4. So this stays the same. We split this one up, and then that one stays the same. Now we have 4 terms. So we are going to factor by grouping. So we're going to group these 2, and we're going to group these 2, and you should be pros at this. Our greatest common factor of 2x squared plus 8 is 2x. X plus 4 plus 1, leaving me with x plus 4 on the inside. Remember, these are the same, so x plus 4, and then the other one is what's left over on the outside. All right, let's do one more example. Label A, B, C. Looks like we might have some negative numbers this time. So we're going to multiply 6 times negative 8. This is C. That minus sign travels with that 8. So A times C is negative 48. What is B? B is negative 47. Okay. So I didn't make my table big enough. But let's find the factors. So we got some negative numbers. Look over in our cheat sheet. A, C is negative, and B is negative. So I'm down here. So that means that of my factors of AC, the bigger one is going to be negative. So that means that when I, come on. That means when I write the factors 1 and 48, then my negative sign goes with my negative 48. So whenever I add 1 plus negative 48, that gives me negative 47. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more of the factors, just so that you can see. Oh, goodness. So 2 times negative 24 gives me negative 48. That would give me negative 22. Okay, but we already know that this first one is going to be our split B. So I'm going to rewrite this. That first term, A stays the same. And I'm going to split this using these numbers. So negative 48x plus x minus 8. Now, factor by grouping. What do we got? Greatest common factor is 6x. So when I take that out, I'm left with x minus 8. Greatest common factor between x and negative 8 is just 1. So when I take that out, I'm left with x minus 8. So my factors are x minus 8 and 6x plus 1. All right, find our factors of B, split up and solve by grouping, or factor by grouping, like we've been doing. Let me know when you have questions.